starting right off, the fan support for this show has been amazing, and it's part of the transition to OWN. Can you talk a little bit to us about what that was like, having the fans swell up and support the show, and then transitioning to OWN and stepping into a different sort of power this season?
So I think that with television being so here today, gone tomorrow, it's amazing to see our little show that could have such a devoted fan base that would actually write petitions and send tweets. And, there was a part of me that thought, okay, this is going to happen for the immediate, blow that the show got canceled, but surely it's not going to continue. And it not only continued, but it ramped up for weeks and weeks until the show was revealed to be going over to OWN. And there is something to that. I think we all, as artists, want to make art that is important and impactful to people, whether it's, a powerful historical drama or a show like ours, which really kind of is dealing with the present, but also threads the line between the dramatic and the comedic and really kind of rides that line. And to know that we had such a huge bit of support from our fans was amazing. And then to also hear that Oprah as well felt passionately about our show, that it was telling the kind of stories that she wanted to see continue on OWN, which is a network that I think we all recognize for its Black excellence and its excellence in telling stories where women are centered, and also the Black experience in different parts of the country that aren't always featured in television. I think is important for me to be a part of that family now and to continue to tell stories about Los Angeles, but in a different way than having, say, a lawyer that is white or male being the center of the story. So it's been a blessing to be at OWN, to feel supported and to have their excitement behind the show, and to know that we are doing what our fans came on and fell in love with the show in the first season for, now in season 3.
When you get a new actor on, and being that you're also changing networks and you're exploring another side of Lola this season, her home life and that relationship, what was something that you were surprised, or that you were excited about the audience getting to dig another layer deeper to learn about Lola that they maybe hadn't in the first 2 seasons, especially in her relationship with Robin and how that blossomed out because of this particular circumstance that the show is in?
So I think that when Robin was first introduced in season 1, he was this FBI agent who, comes in, says what you got to say, walks out the door. And the actor Todd Williams did a beautiful job with that. But we felt like in season 2, we needed to show more of Robin's humor, his personality, their dynamic, what makes them like each other, what makes them love each other, how they could have a long distance marriage for so long and it work. And so he and I really worked on infusing that and stepping away from the, to me, CBS of, this is the archetype of this character in this relationship, and this is what we want to see, which is boring to me to play as an actor. And so Todd and I really laid the groundwork for that this season with Christian. He took that ball and he's running with it. He's a hilarious actor, and he leans into the comedy, which is wonderful. But in these moments where Lola and Robin deal with some very tough issues in their marriage, he is right there. And I mean, jokingly, in that same argument scene with, I was talking to Wilson, and I said, I said to Christian, I think this argument is like, where do you think this argument is at? And he was like, oh, I think it's like a 7. And I said, a 7? Okay, well, I think it's like a 12. So then we go on set, and on the first take, Christian comes at me at a 25. And Wilson says, well, if that's Christian's 7, you don't want to see his 12. And I said, you know what, you're right, because there is just a reality and a richness that he brings to this that makes these moments very real for me as the actor playing opposite. And, you know, that was important for me, bringing this same character with a new actor, but a new network over. We wanted for the audience to feel like we were still seeing the love between Robin and Lola and the chemistry between the two of them. But what I think is the thing that I'm most excited this season for the fans to see is their sexual relationship. We have always seen them be supportive and affectionate, but we get to see them sexy. We get to see them trying to find moments. We get to see them finding those moments in a way that we never explored on 2 seasons on CBS, which I think, you know, says something. And yet I am thankful for the opportunity to say it on OWN with an audience that is going to receive it. I'm excited for them to see it. And I think it's important for married couples out there, as well as parents who are married, to see these two people be sexual and be romantic and be sensual. And I think that, you know, in those stories and in those moments, I know the difference. I know how being on OWN makes these opportunities possible. And so it all feels like it's coming together at the right time, at the right place. And I know that our audience is going to enjoy it. I know it's also been tough for people. They're like, where's the old Robin? I didn't read that, you know, press release. But I think that they definitely going to get used to it coming up.